organizations seeing that 45% are dealing with a bot breakage every week or actually more often. Aren't robots invincible? Why do they need maintenance?
It's a really good question, and one that I get to discuss quite a lot with our customers, and I actually had a good discussion with our internally as well, that are we having a problem in the whole value prop of RPA that is stating that it's fast and easy, and yes, it is fast and easy, but its RPA solutions are of course extremely dependent on the whole target application layer and humans and all of this when they are executing their tasks. And then if we add into the soup the part that the RPA solutions are not smart in any way, so they cannot make decisions on their own and so on, so they lack the intuition and so on, which is of course good in the way that they are not doing anything else that they have been configured to do. But as what we follow up with our team, for example, is the numbers in the processes that we are maintaining and understanding the amount of different issues we are meeting with them. And there are several reasons why the RPA solutions break. There are just very short temporary connectivity issues. For example, this kind of very technical, that one target application that was to be used, let's say your ERP, for example, just had a connectivity issue at some given time in the morning, and because of that the whole RPA solution failed, or it couldn't execute its tasks. And then of course rerunning the processes is a very small thing to do again to fix it. But then we might have bigger issues in the solutions because of system updates. You might have let's say a situation that the RPA tool, UiPath or Blue Prism, for example, doesn't identify a given element anymore that it should be using to execute its process. And this is a very typical issue that we meet, that okay, an update has kind of slipped through someone's hands and just came to production, and then the robots don't work anymore, and they need to be taught the element again. Let's say that 90–95% of the issues are quite small in a way. They are easy to handle and they are on the technical layer. Then there's of course issues. There might be issues in the kind of the process output, but it generates in the way that there might be a new workflow that hasn't been taught to the robot, for example, or there might be just even in the worst case a bug in the RPA solution that it makes a false decision. And these process output kind of issues that are visible first on the business side when they see the reporting of the processes and so on, or in the worst case get the feedback from the customer that hey, something went wrong in my inquiry to you and so on. So those are a smaller issue, but technical malfunctions exist as of the dependencies towards applications, towards the environment, and so on. And if you think on that a solution might be actually during when it's running, it might be connected to 6 different target applications at the same time, doing very complex logic to process a transaction, so on. So any of these applications, if they face an update that doesn't kind of come in a coordinated way, might lead to a situation that the robot isn't able to handle a transaction or even run itself at all. And as of that, it's of course important to also build up the connections to your IT department, to the AMS and so on, to ensure that the target application updates, for example, are clearly also coming in and communicated to the RPA unit as they would be communicated to the business units in your organizations. Then, of course, a very key thing to ensure that you're not facing issues and that the solutions are not failing is to focus, of course, on the quality of the solutions, how well they are built and so on, by ensuring kind of a good quality assurance methodology already in the first phases of creating an automation with the RPA tools.